Hey guys, and welcome to the Homeschool with Moxie YouTube channel. I'm here to tell you about IEW's Cursive Knowledge resource. It's a handwriting course for all ages. So here's why I wanted to try this out. My youngest is finishing 6th grade this year, and while she learned cursive in the early years, as probably many of your kids have too, I find that sometimes by the middle school years, if they don't love cursive and use it all the time, they kind of forget about it. They kind of forget how to form their letters. And like when you're starting to be a teenager and you're going to work and you need to sign documents and checks and all these things, you kind of need to know cursive so you can make a proper signature. There's just lots of reasons why cursive is a great thing. To tell you the truth, I've also noticed some young adults, so maybe this would be Gen Z, and some kids that have gotten out of college, they don't know how to read cursive. Sometimes there will be something that an older person, like all us old people that knew cursive and we could read it and write it. Sorry to say, but not everyone in these newer generations that are now entering the workforce, they don't always know how to read cursive, and they don't also know how to write it. And honestly, their handwriting looks very juvenile, even though they're in their 20s and they're trying to have a professional job. So I've noticed this in the culture. I don't know if you've noticed these things too, but as a homeschool mom, it made me go, uh-oh, I think we need to jump back into cursive and get a little refresher. And that's why I wanted to pick up IEW's Cursive Knowledge. So I want to give you a flip through. It's not, hard to use. It's obviously very user-friendly, but I want to show you what it looks like and why we're going to use it, how we're going to use it, and just give you a little peek into it right now. Let me also read the back of this book to give you a little more insight into this course. It says, "Why learn cursive? Studies show that cursive helps with the problem of letter reversals, spacing issues within and between words, and even short attention spans." And so we have noticed this as well, and this is a really good point. It says this book is for students of all ages who are either new to the art or have already learned cursive and need a refresher. That's why we're using it. This course provides clear instruction in upper and lowercase letter formation with reproducible practice sheets and high quality source material for meaningful copy work. So let me show you an inside peek so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Here's IEW's Cursive Knowledge, a handwriting course for all ages. I want you to see that it's only about 32 tasks, and the author says you could get through the entire program in about 1 month if your student works on this about 15 minutes a day. So let's take a look inside. Wonderful instructions in here if you're worried about how to teach handwriting. I love that they suggested using gel pens, which actually I wonder if some of our kids' issues with handwriting is due to the poor writing instrument they're using. But your students will start nice and easy with lowercase letters, and they group them according to how the strokes begin. So you'll work on it in chunks, which make a lot of sense. Then they'll move on to capital letters. And basically, if you take 15 minutes a day, your student can work through as much as they can. And these tasks will only take about 1 month. They can learn all their lowercase letters in about 2 weeks. And as they learn these, we hope that they will gain some muscle memory in how the strokes are started. And that's why we learn it in groups. So after using individual letters, they move on to pairs of letters, and then soon they're working on short words. And then of course, as you get further in, you're gonna soon add bigger words. And then eventually, once you get to the uppercase letters, they do the same thing. And what better way to practice uppercase letters than to do names and proper place names. So you'll find a lot of practice at putting names together, capitals, lowercase, everything in between. And so I really love how straightforward this is. Notice it's not overwhelming visually. It's not too stimulating for some of your kids. And if you have a teenager, it doesn't look babyish or immature as, like a 2nd grade handwriting course might look. So any age can use this, even adults. They give you plenty of room to practice, but honestly, the whole book only takes you up to task, 24, and we're already done the lowercase and capital letters. and then it gives you some copy work, and that's it. So you can see how it's not going to take very long to work through this resource. The copy work they give you are just really great quotes from famous people. And so you can either use those, or you can find your own quotes or use a book you're reading and include some copy work from there. But honestly, it's a really simple resource, easy to use. It won't take all year. And I think it's a great resource for your kids who need some review of their cursive. Here's a few more samples for you so you can see the progression of tasks from lowercase to uppercase, and then more practice, and then eventually some copy work with some great quotes. So now that we've used it, I would say we highly recommend it. You can check them out. So if you want to check out Cursive Knowledge from IEW, then use my link, which is 4onemore.com/IEW, so they know that I sent you. We love so many resources from IEW, but this is a new favorite. And I think if you have like a middle schooler like I do that needs a bit of a refresher, this is the perfect resource for you to grab. So check them out at 4onemore.com/IEW. Thanks for watching today, and in the meantime, happy homeschooling.